It's Dragon Ball time! Hello, welcome to another figure review. Today we're gonna have a look at the S.H.Figuarts Jiren figure from Dragon Ball Super. First and foremost, I'm not a big fan of the character itself. I know he's kind of bland and boring, but he looks like he's gonna be an interesting figure. And by the way, if you want to be like, if you don't even like the character, why did you buy the figure? Because I'm a completionist. When it comes to the S.H.Figuarts Dragon Ball line, I want to get all of them, guys, to make nice displays and whatnot. So, without further ado, let's have a look at Jiren. So this guy looks pretty good. I know. Wow, Figuarts, like, wow, okay, it's good. Stands up to 16 centimeters to the top of his head. Well, I have the legs spread out a little bit. Let me try that again. Goes up to 16 and a half centimeters to the top of his head, if we really straighten him out. And that means he goes up to 6.6, almost 6.7 inches tall to the top of his dumb alien head. And I'm sorry, I need to stop roasting the character. It's just like, it looks weird. I still think he looks like a Boo with big eyes and a nose. And I know that already is a lot of, he doesn't have holes in his head. Yeah, I get it. But anyway, he has the big eyes. Those are nicely painted. Some of them have a little bit of bleeding. These ones, they look good. I don't really see anything on it, but I had some other ones I looked at. Had a little bit of bleeding. You got the black in the ears, ear holes, or whatever you want to call that, and also have some detail. It is very nicely molded. You can tell like the missing eyebrows where the eyebrow should be. There's like really nice texturing, and it overall looks pretty good. And I would even say, is there shading on it? I think there's a tiny bit of shading on the face. It's kind of hard to tell with the lighting. I don't think so, just like maybe tiny bit around here. But again, it just overall looks good. Looks very dynamic with the light hitting it. And as for the rest of it, obviously there's not that much paint on the figure. But what is there is done cleanly. It is done fairly shiny. I mean, on the box, it looked like it would be metallic, but it's not. So that's kind of weird. Just, you know, looking at the box again, this is clearly shiny. And yeah, they didn't really give it that treatment. I mean, it's whatever. It's like kind of spandexy outfit, so it could be shiny, could be metallic, but it doesn't need to be. Overall, the muscle mold is amazing, and it still looks nice and shiny. And you have this part. The line over here is also molded in there. It's not just like they did the great muscle work and then just painted it black and red. No, they also molded like where the color changes. And boy, oh boy, look at this back. Holy crap, this is a beast. And that's like really the cool part about the cool feature about this figure. He's big and muscly. And even though I don't like Jiren, that's cool for a figure. And they really did an amazing job. He also has like really small, not ankles, wrists. So, I mean, it's really like the exaggerated muscle work of Jiren that makes this a cool figure. And I don't know. Another thing is he a little bit... Could he be a little bit bigger? I don't know. I looked at some pictures of the show, and it's... I mean, they change forms all the time. They get stronger, and then they get beefier a little bit. I think it's okay. I don't hate it. Then we got in the torso. There's definitely some shading also around the muscles. Just a tiny bit. It's barely noticeable under the lighting. When I had the light out, just under natural lighting, there is definitely some stuff going on in the entire torso area. And I even think around the arms, just really where the muscle is, all the muscle work, just to bring that out even more, so it looks really good overall. Then we go down to the legs, more muscly goodness, and he has quite a big butt. There you go. It's butt time for the ladies. I mean, I do pantsuit time, so I'm gonna do butt time, right? Comment if you like butt time or if you don't like butt time. And then we move down to his tiny sharp feet, also accurate to the overall design. And just like, yeah, as a figure, this guy shines. Now for your articulation, I'm just like, how did they do that? There's so much stuff in here and I'm really impressed. So anyway, head articulation, you got the head that moves back forward, and then you see the neck already moves with it. So combine these two, goes forward a lot, goes to the back nicely, side to side, and does some really cool stuff. Also the head goes all the way around. I think the neck has mostly wiggle motion. Then you have this entire big butterfly joint. You can move that forward. Everything is nicely molded. Have a little bit of a gap in the back. Looks kind of weird how the muscles stick out over here, but overall, I'm thankful that they molded that, and it got some pretty nice range for it. Let me zoom out a little bit. Get some nice range. Then you have a big hinge in the elbow. Well, not the elbow, shoulder actually. We're still at the shoulder. Mixing that up again. Rotation in it. Bicep swivel. Double hinged elbow, which just looks pathetic. It looks like they just stuck that on there. Why didn't they just mold it on a little bit more cleanly? Come on, guys. That's the only blemish, though, I can find. The fist is on a ball hinge, rotates around, goes back, forward, swivels around, chest area. Holy crap, look at this. Doesn't leave any gaps, moves very nicely, very nice flow. Goes to the side, and doesn't really go all the way around, but that's okay. Let me move that back, get that out of the way. Then the hips, they move to the side, and there's like a little bit of a knack in there. I don't want to break anything off, so I'm going to stop. I don't think it goes all the way around. I wouldn't force it too much, because as if you heard, there's a weird noise when I do that, so I don't want to continue turning. But anyway, it does have also some back and forward wiggle motion. The legs, they move forward. Don't really go to the back because of the butt. Moves out to the side. Have a nice thigh swivel over here. Really brings the leg all the way around. Then you got the double hinged knees. And the foot is on a ball hinge, goes forward, back. Does tilt side to side. And you do get a toe hinge. So, despite being a pretty large figure, he does have a lot of accessories, which is really refreshing. Like, that's usually the rule. Bigger figures don't have a lot of accessories. So, you got the yelling face and the angry gritting teeth face. The one problem I have with this, he doesn't have a face where his eyes get rectangular. In the show, when he gets really, really angry, his eyes aren't as rounded anymore, and that's when he really looks like a boo. And I didn't do a face like that, so I'm kind of disappointed with that. I wanted the boo face without his antenna. Then you got the yelling face with the red eyes. That looks pretty menacing. And overall, I mean, again, they're still molded very nicely. You have all the detail in there, and the teeth and the tongue. Everything looks pretty good on these. So, got the crossed arms feature, one of my favorites. That's pretty cool. Also like molded, so it just lines up with all the big muscly work to just kind of take the arms off, and you put these others on, and it does look clean. Then we got hands open blast hands. You got the booby grab hands, but wait a second, one of them has Goku's hair on it. Can you actually disconnect this? I don't think so. So you only had one booby grab hands and one Goku hair hand, which is amazing actually. I love this one, just to connect with your Super Saiyan Blue Goku, so it can throw him around a little bit. And then you got these chop hands. And finally, you got this blast effect. Well, not really blast effect, it goes over his fist, fire fist effect. I think you're just supposed to drape this over. I don't see where it comes apart. Just drape it over his fist. And then finally, you got one see-through shiny fist, which is also pretty cool. So yeah, overall, really impressive in accessories. And it's gonna do it. It's gonna bring me to the final thoughts of this figure, and it's very simple. I have no complaints. Zero. Nothing. Just he looks great. He's articulated very, very well for a big guy, and he has a lot of accessories, and especially like cool little stuff like this. I appreciate it. And the Shoryuken fist or whatever, you know, I wanted to do him in the Shoryuken pose. But anyway, yes, he is a bit more pricey than your regular Figuarts figures, but again, he's bigger, and he still has a good amount of accessories, and he still has a very, very, very good articulation. So, just, yeah, go out and get yourself a Jiren. It's just like, I feel like I'm being trolled. Of course, like, I don't really like this character. And now, the figure, I love it. I just freaking love it. So, there you go. No bias from me. The figure is still amazing. Go and get it. That's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Jiren wants. Absolutely nothing.